Hello, puzzle combaters. It's Taco Tuesday today. Somewhere in the world. Not at Taco Bell Canada, though. It's really weird that they do it on Mondays and not Tuesdays. Okay, so this is about our fifth installment of the variant summon event. Now, when they first released this, it was mixed with all the other vanilla heroes, which really sucked. So they did change this where you can only summon the ones that have super suits, which is really good. And when it first came out, it was only a few 5 stars and a few 4 stars like Throttle and Echo. So they've added a bit now. So I thought I'd go over some of the suits and what they do. I have a playlist now created for the suits, so if you go directly to my channel and hit on the playlist tabs, you can see any of those videos, because I did the initial ones and then I haven't done any since, like sort of a breakdown and just sort of my opinion on what they do and the good that they do. So alright, let's go to some of these new ones. Now, Lillian was an original, but he was not. So this is Kurgan. I just can't. This guy's... Look at him in this football suit. Cracks me right up. So he's an Elite League quarterback. So he's taken after that one that just keeps coming back and never goes away. In the league. What is... I don't even know football enough. I just know that guy keeps coming back. I don't even know his name right now. That's too funny. Alright, so touchdown countdown. So 53 charge speed is pretty good. He only actually needs to get to 58 to be fast. So there's a bonus right there. I find him kind of slow because I do use him in this account. This is my alt account. He was the first 5-star yellow that I got, actually. And then I got Reaper, another slow yellow. I'm good for slow yellows in this account, that's for sure. Could use some quick ones now. Could use a douche fist. So, this looks decent though. 255 damage to the target and nearby enemies. The target and nearby enemies receive 471 damage after 3 turns. And 236 additional damage against armor. So that sort of takes after the 471 damage after 3 turns. Hyper Nat, because that damn Hyper Nat. Douche fist and Hyper Nat, I tell ya. She does that at the end as well, which she doesn't even need in her special at all. And this kind of reads like a novel like hers does too. The 180 attack for 3 turns, nice. Nice. And the 180 defense as well, that's pretty cool. So he could be used for war machines for sure. With that, I mean, you could always level him or charge him up with charge drinks against the war machine. Now, it does only cover, unfortunately, it doesn't cover all of them, but it, you know, you could always keep him around another weaker yellow, or maybe if you're still using 8-bit, because I do use 8-bit in my main account on War Machines still. So that does look decent. I don't know that you'll see him much on defenses, because there's other yellows that are better. Obviously you got Verminous and you got Douche Fist, are 2 of them. You see Scorpio quite a bit. Who's the other one? The Cheetah. Just reminds me of Cheetah from Wonder Woman. She's from Monster Island. I can't even think of her name right now. I'm just going to call her Cheetah. Not bad on stats as well. The health is meh. I don't know. I'd say that's probably average on health. But of course you do get these bonuses as well. Alright. So, I mean, he looks like a good offensive hero more than anything. I really don't think you'll see him on defense at all. All right, Sureshot. Miss Sureshot in the 1980s Madonna bra. And oddly enough, she's one of the only ones carrying a weapon still. Rockabilly. Rockabilly Rider. Oh goodness. A reverberating bullet. So they upped her charge speed, which is good. So 7 points will put her at the break point of average, so she'd be high end average after that. So an explosion definitely will help her. Health looks a little low though. That's a good attack stat. Deals 545 damage to the target. Oh, Nelly. So that's awesome. She just might have became a War Machine fighter, huh? Because you couldn't, if you didn't have the suit, like, she's just way too slow. Way too slow. It was nice to have that she takes that much charge away from the target, but what is her speed without the suit? Like 36 or something? It's just too slow. You could get her to this low end average with a speed weapon though, of course, too, but yeah, I don't know. I never took her in for War Machines. I might try the suit though if I ever land one. Caster and nearby allies get 38% charge generation for 4 turns. That is massive. That's really awesome. Really awesome. Again, it's only just near her though, so you'd want to make sure she's around. Ones that she's gonna help the most. Get the most bang for your buck out of that part of the special. Caster and nearby allies are immune to new status ailments for 4 turns. That's awesome as well. This is another one that I don't see her much on defense because she's, of course, got a lot of competition. So you got your Hypernats, your Unicorns, which don't really exist. You know, you've got other defensive heroes, even Ramhorn, even though he's slow. And then, of course, you've got Krampus. So don't see her much for defense. Now, so instead of the buff dispelling, she does status ailments. So if that's something you needed, maybe doing a war hit as status ailment clearing, then she would be a good one. This is definitely a step up from what she was, though, for sure. I don't know. Again, she's another one in this account that I've always used because, you know, free to play, I gotta make use of what I have. So I don't mind her. I just always make sure that I have a speed weapon on her. So the fact that you can get her to high-end average, though, with this suit is pretty awesome, I gotta say. Because sometimes she would just be dead, being too slow, before you could get her special to actually go off. All right, so Stinger was an original, and this is a good suit for sure because of the charge reduction. So I think most people are in favor of that suit after seeing it for a few months now. So no latte. So I'll just keep going here for maybe about 20 minutes and then I'll cut it and do another video because I know there's quite a few. I don't want to make this one too long. I have this suit leveled up. I don't mind it at all. 165 damage to all enemies. The attack bypasses defensive buffs, including counterattacks, so that is nice. In a tourney, though, like, I mean, a 3-star tourney, you don't get too many that have counterattacks. You got that one robot piston, I think it is the green one. Yeah, so, but the other defensive buffs, that's cool to be able to bypass those and not have her take any damage. So, and all allies get 100 attack for 3 turns, so that's fantastic. Again, I don't know that I put her on defense myself. Tank destroyer. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, she has a weapon too. I think most of them don't have weapons in the suits. I thought they were going to change all that up, but I see a few of them do have it. Because, what's his name? Zidane's carrying a boomerang. He could play Congo Jack on Futurama if you if you remember that episode from when Bender turns into a fembot. Oh, hilarious. Yeah, so this is I've been using her on offense quite a bit with the suit attached, especially for tourneys myself. It's pretty decent. The defense is down is good too, but if you get 100 attack and you've got her with some of the season 2 heroes, like maybe track down in a red stack, or Michelle, like those season 2 heroes, really, the 3 stars can turn it up quite a bit with an extra attack on them. Okay, so Throttle was an original. Ooh, Dougal. Okay, so he has a low attack stat. Defense is alright. But then again, he's not an attacker, so he's a lighthouse keeper. That seems to suit him. Hilarious. So his charge speed 53 is average, so I don't know, there's not many 3-star charge weapons, really. He needed to get to 58. So I personally don't worry about it too much when it's like a 3-star tourney or something, or an event where you can only use the 3-star weapons anyway. So it recovers 190 health for all allies. That's good. And the thing where he's tripped me up is the armor over 3 turns. Oh, that's annoying. Some people have found some pretty good combinations, I find, in the tourneys on defense where he's maybe on a wing and then they got that other mutant that looks like, I don't know, he's got all the extra hands. I can't even remember his name now either. This is bad, not remembering anything today. So by the time he goes off, and then you got to try and avoid taking damage to whatever hero he does the soul connection thing with. And then this guy going off in the corner, adding armor to those ones. Like there's some significant synergy with this and other heroes. Plus he's healing right away too. So I don't mind this suit at all. I don't think I've fully leveled mine yet, but I'm going to try him out when it's fully leveled and see. I think it's a bit of a step up from his original vanilla. Okay, so Banshee just came out this month. And she's a sword master this time. Parrying shots. Okay, so her charge speed again, they did the same thing with her as they did with Sureshot there. And bumped up that charge speed quite a bit, so it's easy to take her to high-end average. That would be 50, so 7 points. So that's a good thing for sure. Changed her into a sentry too, eh? There's a lot of sentries. A lot of decent sentries. So 340 damage to the target, nearby enemies. Caster and nearby allies gain 30% of damage delta's armor. Nice! There are a couple of event heroes that do that, right? And is that in Unicorn's ability? I'm not sure. I'd have to see her card. But yeah, to just kind of steal some of that. Oh, I did this much damage, so we're gonna just put this on my allies as armor. Like, that's a 1-2 punch, right? The caster and nearby allies get 180 defense for 4 turns, so that's cool. I actually hadn't read her special yet. This is the first time I'm reading it. That looks good. Her attack stat isn't that. It's higher, yeah. Not the highest I've seen for sure. 1479 for her health. Isn't too bad, but it does look a little bit low But yeah, I wouldn't mind trying this because again, this is another hero I have in this alt account here. And I did manage to get like 0 point in Clara, so she's kind of taken a backbench because of course I'm gonna go with those heroes of the month first. They're both pretty awesome in their own rights, so I can see myself using this though if I ever did get this suit. There he is, Boomerang Jack. Hey, look, he's even got boomerangs in his side bag. That's awesome. All right, so he was in the first one. I've done a breakdown of that. I've done a breakdown of Bridget. Oh, and Edge too. He was in the original as well. All right, Catalina. That's pretty good health. That's a high attack stat too, but low defenses. 290 damage to the target. Blaze. The target receives 368 damage over 2 turns. If the target dies while this effect is active, nearby enemies receive Blaze for 2 turns. So this is reminiscent of Blair's special from Halloween. That can be pretty powerful if you're looking to get rid of a target and you know it might not die when she hits it with the 290 damage, but it would with the 368 damage over 2 turns. Bingo. You just hit that target then. And then you've got him dead, and then that Blaze is going to go on to the next 2 targets. So that can be quite effective. So I can't see you wanting to put her on defense because you would want to be in control of that part of her special and aim at the correct hero, not necessarily what RNGs would do on defense, right? Now, she's 57 average, so a 3-star speed weapon, the SWAT would actually help her because 58 would make her fast, right? And I believe, according to the... I'm not sure on that, so maybe I better not say, but according to the speed chart, I think that would help her on defense as well if you did use her, but I would have to check on that for sure, but it's 3 speed points, so... that would take her to 60 and she'd be fast, so that's pretty good. I don't mind this special at all either. She's the original 3-star that everybody gets to start out, and she's probably one of the better vanilla 3-stars, but she's been long overshadowed by all the other ones that have come out, so this might get her seen a little bit more. I actually have seen the suit on different tournaments now, so people are using her mostly on the wing, which I don't blame them for. That's a pretty cool spot to have her if you are going to use her in defense. It's just you can't control that second part of the special. So she's a Tomb Explorer, like Lara Croft. Okay, let's do one more for this video. I can't remember if Vigo was original or not. I'll have to check on that one. Okay, LeapFrog was not original. So I may have to save Vigo for the next. I gotta refer back to my video from 5 months ago to remember all of them. But LeapFrog, yeah, there weren't any 3-stars originally, so frog medicine expert. You got him crawling with frogs. Why would he need a weapon that big to be a frog medicine expert? But, alright, who knows? Out of my realm of expertise. 457 for attack. That's good. A little bit low on defenses there for sure. 52 average. So there's no speed weapon that's going to bring him up. So he'll be... that is high-end average though, right? Because 50 is the break point in there. I'm not sure what his original card is. I think he's slow. So they pumped that up a little bit. 220 damage to the target and nearby enemies. And toxic. The target and nearby enemies receive 198 damage over 3 turns. Couldn't that be a little bit higher? I don't think that's very high myself. So he's got minus 50% healing received for 3 turns. This effect can't be cleared. Okay, so that's good. I don't see where, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but I didn't really like LeapFrog Special initially. I got why people used them because of the critical chance, but there's just too many other options now for 3 stars. So originally, way back, a lot of people used mono green teams for events and that, and they'd have like 2 LeapFrogs and 3 Victorias type of thing, or some variation of that, and for the critical chance in that. But I don't know, maybe people do still use him, his original suit, but I don't know, I don't see a use for it myself. And then this doesn't seem that great to me either. I have tried him out though, because I did level it just to see, and I don't know, I suppose there's some combinations that you could make. You know, put a is it a bleed weapon? The master weapon is a bleed weapon. Because I think I use it on Victoria, and then combine that with the toxic over 3 turns. I mean, I guess there's a little bit of synergies, but I'd have to maybe mess around with it a little bit more and see. But this doesn't seem that effective to me compared to some other costumes, and there are some pretty good other options for greens out there, so I don't know, I'll have to mess around with that and see if I can come up with something better. Okay, let's do Sparrow, and then I'm going to cut it. So 66 fast, because this is another one that I do have leveled up, and I do like this. I didn't think she was that bad of a sniper on her own to begin with, without the suit, like her original vanilla. And then she's got that's a nice attack stat for sure. And she's a Valkyrie arrow, an avian avenger. That's kind of cool. She's like Anthony Mackie's character from the Marvel universe. She's got the wings going on, or Wonder Woman and the golden wings. 310 damage to the target, so that's good. And then this is what I really like, is the charge generation, right? So you can hit one of the most dangerous ones on the defense that you're trying to take out, and then they won't charge for 3 turns. So whoever's, a high damage or whatever, like a Victoria, you can, nail them with the arrow there, and she's not going to charge, or it's going to be reduced. And the caster gets 16 dodge for 3 turns. It's annoying. So she doesn't make a bad wing, honestly, for defenses. Like, this is one you could utilize on both defenses and offenses for sure. I like this suit personally, so it's pretty good. And she stays fast, like her original. So yeah, this is definitely one I'd level up, but be a little bit more hesitant if it was like LeapFrog for sure. Bridget's, I don't know that I like Bridget's suit that much either, so there's a couple of them that it's worth leveling to add to the stats and stuff of the heroes, but I'm not going to use them very much because I don't like the Eiko one either. I use the original Eiko still because she does she's a charge messer upper, so that's one thing I really like, so that's probably another reason why I like this, because she's got the minus 28 charge generation for 3 turns. Love me some charger messer uppers. Alrighty, folks, so I'll get another one done before this event goes off for another month, hopefully. So I just took some time today because I had some. So, and now I will go find myself some tacos for Tuesday.